Ooh. Grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm is where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. So swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, Trey, man, you wanted to be up? How you doing? Can you
Hey,
hear me?
yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
All right, man. All right, man. Welcome to the Swivel at the Sports Bar. We welcome aboard. You know,
Yeah.
I
You hear
didn't
me?
mean to do that. What's going on?
Oh,
Yeah, I got you. I
okay.
got you. I'm fooling around with this thing here. All right. Hey,
How's
listen,
it going, man?
what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
All right, just gonna get started.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just getting started. Just disclaimer. I got a bunch of stuff, man. You know, different things. Of course, we got to start with football. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me see who's in the chat. Somebody in the comment. Hey, can tell you how you doing. All right, welcome aboard. Yeah. All right. So listen, man, there was one big upset last week, man. I don't know if I look for upsets every week.
Mhm.
And really a lot of the games are kind of, as far as I'm concerned, kind of even. You
Right.
know? And but the Browns, man, I don't know about the Ravens. Every time I think they're gonna run away with it, they lose a game that they should win.
Mhm.
Hey, you can tell you're saying hi to you, Jay.
Oh, hey, how you doing? No, sorry, I can't see the YouTube chat.
Oh, you can't see the chat?
No, I'm in the stream yard.
Yeah, you probably should see it, but that's all right. I mean, it's probably a thing that you have to click. You have to click the chat comments. I don't know, but that's all right, man. So listen, I don't know how did Philly do, man? Philly won, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's your team. So listen, the Ravens look like 1 week they look like they're going to run away with it, and the next week they lose to a team that's 1-5, 1-6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing. Anyway, just a little update. I like to play the recap with Colin Kaepernick. You know, not Kaepernick, but Colin Cowherd.
Right.
is, I don't know where I never really find him anymore.
The future of your business is here. Wix, get advanced AI capabilities.
Yeah, man, I gotta get this. Let's go. They have these commercials they keep.
New Jersey is leading the nation in clean energy investments with one
I
thing.
gotta cut these damn things out.
Stop me if you've heard this before. The Cowboys got beat handily by San Francisco, and Dak had several interceptions. I think the Dallas Cowboys immediately have to consider being sellers at the deadline. Their schedule gets even harder. It's time for a rebuild. I'm not somebody that, says, this coach needs to be fired or get rid of this staff. I'll make an exception today. Multiple people probably need to lose their job that coach the Chicago Bears. But what I saw in the second half may have been the worst coaching I have seen by an NFL team over the course of a half in years. Here's how inept the Jets are. Think about this. It's been 12 years since what the Jets did has happened. A team had no turnovers, held the opponent under 250 yards, and lost. That doesn't happen. In fact, NFL teams were 220-0 until yesterday.
That's hard to
They are a
believe.
buzzsaw right now, and it was almost collegiate in the second half. It felt like Alabama and the Saban dynasty and Citadel just came to Tuscaloosa. It feels almost inevitable. Kansas City, who wins every big game, and Detroit feel like they're headed to the Super Bowl. This is now what Kansas City does. They're not great the entire game, but when they need in big moments to be excellent, opening drive, big defensive stand, create a turnover or a stop, and then score immediately after the stop. They have perfected the moments. All their games now look the same.
I agree with him there. I tell you what, I agree with him. It looks like the Lions are going to come out of the NFC. I mean, it's still early, right? But it looks like they're the toughest, and it's just nobody around when the crunch time comes.
Oh, there it is.
There's nobody beating like Kansas City. I know you want your your Eagles to win, but I don't think they could take the Lions. I think Jalen Hurts is a little bit too erratic. It's that big money he's getting to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, it's still up in the air, right? It's still early, right? So,
right.
But the Lions look good. Okay, so how about a little Hail Mary? So this is the Bears and the Commanders.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why they put all that loud ass music there, man, but it's amazing. Did you see that game?
Which one? The Bears and
Commanders.
I watched that. I watched that one. Yeah, I watched that one live. Yeah.
I mean, the Commanders are good, man. The quarterback's good. They lucked at them, and they lucked out, man. How many times are you gonna win a game like that? My man has a decent arm. I give him that.
Oh yeah,
he has a decent arm. Okay, so here's the top. I just picked this out of the web. They say these are the top 5 games to watch this weekend. The Rams and the Buccaneers should be a good game. Titans and the Chiefs. I don't know if the Titans have a chance, but any given Sunday. The Bills probably, if the Bills lose to the Jets, I'd be very surprised. Mm-hmm. That might make it a good game if the Jets could stay in it. The Seahawks and the Cardinals, that should be a good, tossome game. And then the Chargers and the Falcons. The Falcons are better than people give them credit for. So that should be a good game. So these are the top five games to watch this week. Of course, the bye weeks are ahead. I don't know who's on bye or not. But that's that. But before we go to college football, I want to stop sharing for a second. I want to go over to the schedule so we can look at the standings. Let's look at the standings for a second. Where's the standings at? All right. You can see that, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right. So AFC East, the Bills they're running away with it right now. They're running away with the the division. Right? I mean, I don't know if they're 3 games in the loss column up. The Dolphins are just getting their quarterback back. Patriots and the Jets are mediocre. They're not catching the Bills.
Right.
The Bills have to really collapse to lose that. The Steelers, the Ravens are losing all the tiebreakers, but that's still up for grabs there. I guess the Steelers and the Ravens, I don't think did they have their play? I don't think they've played yet.
I don't
They
think
might.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
No, I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But anyway, if the Ravens keep giving away games, it's not going to matter. The Texans are better than people give them credit for, so they're good. Stroud is all right. And then, of course, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, the only unbeaten team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Commanders are 6-2. So they're right there with the Eagles. They got a game in hand, so the Eagles will catch up. The Giants, hapless Giants. Every year, if you have high expectations for those guys, man, they disappoint. The Lions, 6-1. The Packers are doing good. I mean, the quarterbacks are playing well. Even the Vikings, that's going to be a tough division, right? Early on right now, you can see the division winners go in, but they may have both wild cards, 2 wild cards going in. Who knows?
Yeah.
The Falcons and the Cardinals. This is one of the hapless divisions. It's like tied up and down, man. This thing could go to the wire. Look at that. The only team going to the playoffs out of this division is going to be the division winner.
Yeah.
That's how I can see it. I mean, it's just kind of extrapolating. So, well, that looks like a tight race right there.
Right.
So what's next? Let me go back to my thing here. All right, so where we
watching the games tonight, the NBA?
Probably. Well, I do have another panel I got to go to tonight at 9:00.
Oh,
but
okay.
I might watch it on my phone, with the sound off. College football, I track the AP top 10, see how they keep juggling for, jockeying for a position.
Mm-hmm.
So the plus and the minuses say if you've advanced or you took a step back. Some guys dropped out of the top 10. So this is how it looks like this week. Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, and Ohio State are the ones still going to the playoffs. Miami, Florida is back. If they break through, it'll be a long time since they was in contention for a national championship. So we'll see. Notre Dame's up there like almost every year. So what else do we have? I've been watching. Maybe I watched a couple of college games this year, but I don't really get into college football as much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are the top 5 college football games to watch this week. Now, there's probably plenty depending on what divisions you follow, what conferences you follow. I just plucked this right out of, right off of the internet. You plug in top 5, spits this out. Missouri and Alabama. Right now, without Saban and all that out, the bloom was off the rose in Alabama. They got to, nobody's as excited as they were before. They're going to have to rebuild that team and that without that coach. LSU is always in it. Notre Dame, Navy. That's like a traditional game. It seems like Navy never really puts up I shouldn't say never, but they'll probably beat Navy. Oregon, number 1 against Illinois. They're probably going to hold on to number 1 unless it's a big upset. And BYU, high flying BYU. So,
Right.
All right, basketball. Who's playing tonight, Trey?
Right now, Boston is playing the Pacers on the ESPN.
That should be
And
interesting.
then I think the second game is going to be who was it? Minnesota and I think the Nuggets.
But yeah, Minnesota's going to get a lot of run because that's Anthony Edwards' team, correct?
Right.
Yeah, he's on his 3rd baby mama.
Is he?
Yeah. He's got 4 kids, but one of them he's contesting.
Wow.
He's doing
Okay.
a paternity test. Yeah, he's just listen. I call it a la carte. These guys, man, they just plumping them out. See, I call it legacy through a la carte dining. They don't want the entree; they just want the babies. So
I guess when it's been being thrown at you left and right, I guess it's hard to say no. I guess.
yeah, I think since they have the money, since they have the money, that's what they're doing. It's kind of crazy, but they could lose a lot of money that way. Hopefully, he'd be a better steward of his money, but we'll see. Paying child support really doesn't break you if you have a lot of money. It's if you get married and leave. That's when it really hurts.
Comment number 10, Nick Claxton. Sent it up in the Zion. That's not fair. Williams.
Top 10 plays.
He's
up there.
At number 10, moving along to number 9. Keon Ellis with the rebound throwdown. Hustling down the court to stuff that one in at number 9. Up to number 8. Let's go to Europe with Anthony Edwards stepping back.
It's got to be a walk. Let me see if he's walking. 1, 2. That's good. Good play.
Shot. This home. That was a grown man, Jim. At number 7. At number 6. Lindy Waters shining brighter than LED at the bottom of the sea as he cuts right down the lane to bring the pain at number 6 for the Golden State Warriors. At number 5, court to streaking Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic running that 9.940, but he gets ahead somehow and lays that one in. That's number 5. Up to number 4, where we always get up off the floor and check out what Jonathan Kuminga can bring you. Go in reverse with a first as he stuffed that one home for Golden State. They get in at number 4, up to number 3. It's a Western Conference Finals. You better believe it. Number 77.
Luka.
That one to heaven. And
Luka.
Goes down and through his
Yeah.
That's in at number 3.
I saw that one.
And EBC can see what Jonathan Kuminga was doing, and he's what?
Well, my man, that's a nice. That's clean.
What it's a blind fine down behind the spine to blow your money. You better make that shot, Spencer Dinwiddie. With the shot to remember. Like that number 1. Come on.
These guys are full of themselves, man. I got something in my throat. Anyway, so that's the top 10. Hey, so Klay Thompson, reminiscing about being going. So he's trying to look forward, so he's got a little bit of stuff to say.
On at least 2 of your threes, Cinco was halfway up the court, not looking. He told the whole crowd it was going in before you even knew it was. What's it like having him as a teammate now?
Well, Luka makes the game easier for not just myself, but everybody in this arena. I mean, gravity he demands, his passing ability, second to none. I'm here to help him. He's trying to be one of the greatest. So, and we know it's his team. The show runs through him. But it takes a whole squad to get to go where you want to go.
You feel free out there. Is that an accurate description?
I feel great. It's blue's my favorite color, and Mavs blue looks good on me. So I'm having a great time, and off to Phoenix we go. But wow, just incredible. It felt good to get this first one out the way and play well. So not satisfied, but I'm happy for what we did tonight.
Great start. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, listen. You know what? As long as I've seen Klay Thompson on Golden State, I think this is the longest I've ever heard him talk. I'm serious. This is the longest I've ever heard him speak. You've seen him a lot. I mean, how many times do you hear him really talk?
I mean, he would talk when he was interviewed. He would talk.
But it'd be like short snippets. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I mean, I guess in the early days he would show up with his splash brother behind the desk. But my man Stephen was saying most of the words.
Well, he was always the focus. He was always the focus on You know.
Yeah. So, but
Mm.
maybe it's just me, man. He's been like for the last few years, he's been, wrestling and coming back and all that kind of stuff. So I think he's going to fit in well with this team.
Yeah, so far he's doing pretty good. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So tell me what you think about the statue, man.
hey man, just that face, man. That face just looks kind of strange, but
They say he looks more like what's the jiggle guy?
hey.
Remember the guy used to do the jiggle? Oh man, from the
Maybe if they would have had it with his mouth closed instead of mouth wide open like that, maybe it would have looked better. I don't know.
I think that but even that, I mean, even if his mouth was open, right?
It is open. It is open.
I'm saying, even if they took it with his mouth open like this, he still could look like him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, when his mouth is open, he just don't look like Dwayne Wade. I think, you know what I think it is? I swear. I think whoever built this thing had the wrong picture. I think he just went from I just think he says all blacks look alike or something. What's the guy's name? Remember the guy who lost all his money from the Celtics? He used to do the jiggle and shit.
Antonio.
That's not it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes, and Antoine.
Yeah, Walker. Antoine Walker.
Yeah, Walker. Yeah, Walker.
Yeah, so this looks more like Antoine Walker. They had like a picture of Antoine Walker.
Yeah.
It looks just like him. It looks just like him. This is as close as he's gonna get to the Hall of Fame. Shoot. But so I think even Dwayne Wade made a joke about the statue. I'm sure he's grateful. But
it's definitely an honor, I mean,
it's an honor. So he can only crack for so much. All right, so here's the standings, man. Still early, but you know what? The first time I put it up was zeros in the boxes. Cavaliers up there right now. It's still early. The Thunder. People are trying to take shape. The Lakers, I think the Lakers is early, but they're playing better than I think people thought they would play.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a couple of decent matchups early.
Yeah.
The Knicks, I think they're going to take a step back. I really do. I'm not as. I think I'm the only one who didn't like that cat trade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did they win when it was on the Timberwolves? They didn't win nothing with him there.
No.
So
I was like, I was excited about it. I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it would make a big change in the Knicks right away. So
how much better is he than Randall?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't really think it was. I wasn't really impressed by the trade. I was like, okay, so they got Cat and now Randall's there, but I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I think it could be a money situation or something, but then they also lost DiVincenzo, right? Those scrappy kind of guys,
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We'll see how the Knicks play out. The WNBA. All right, so they opted out of their collective bargaining agreement. Of course, Stephen A. has something to say about that. Let's hear what Stephen A. has to say.
The WNBA players have opted out of their current collective bargaining agreement and face the prospect of a work stoppage. The players are absolutely right. They only get 10% of basketball-related income compared to the 50% that the NBA players get. Players citing higher television ratings, attendance figures, franchise values as the reason for opting out.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. Oh, stop playing. But yeah.
The WNBA players have opted out of television ratings, attendance figures.
They keep stopping. Just shoot.
Oh.
I mean, it'll.
The WNBA players have opted out of
Let me move up a little bit.
Attendance figures, franchise values as the reason for opting out. Now wait a damn minute. Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. That doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. Kaitlyn Clark, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it. So much so you didn't put her to be on Team USA. So much so you have like Shell Swoop. We didn't even want to mention her. But if you went the opposite direction, it could have helped that much and facilitated you being
Man, why you got it? Okay.
You know, Stephen A, man, what you got to say about Stephen
No, I
A?
was saying why he got it. Now, so him and Cheryl Swoop got some conflict going on, I guess, man.
Well, you know, because Cheryl Swoops was an idiot. I mean, you know, Stephen A is an idiot, but she, you know, her hatred of Kaitlyn Clark, it was a bit over the top. You know, I mean, it was a bit over the top. I mean, come on.
I don't think she hated Kaitlyn. I think she just hated that, you know, I mean, look, man, she's an old head that was doing it, you know,
jealousy,
way before, and now this, you know, now this quote unquote, you know, white girl comes in up and is getting all the, you know, getting all this accolades. You know, I think it was just she didn't think that.
So it's jealousy.
She didn't think it was earned. I think that's all.
Well, so it's jealousy. But wait a minute, man. Nobody likes. Listen, I hear what you're trying to say, but there's really no excuse, right? I mean, because nobody got accolades like LeBron did when he came in. He came in on high fanfare. You know, and a lot of guys came in on fanfare. I just think, yeah, the race thing might be it, but if she's raising all ships, you just shut up and you know, throw some gasoline on it. Yeah. You know, so I just think that her jealousy. Nobody likes the women from the WNBA, right? They just weren't popular. That's not because they were black. It was because they were arrogant. They were lesbians. No, you know, I mean, you gotta have mass appeal to a lot of people, and they're gaming like the NBA. I mean, that's the truth of the matter is when you watch them play off the heels of watching NBA players. It's hard to get behind it. Plus, women didn't support them. Mm-hmm. Right? So Kaitlyn Clark comes in, she has this mass appeal. Angel Reed has less appeal, but she has some sex appeal, which kind of starts to change the way people perceive some of the women in the WNBA. They're not hiding behind those roughnecks anymore. Then they're starting to do a little fashion walk and shit like that. And, you know, so people started endearing themselves outside of just Kaitlyn Clark. But if you keep pounding on the one star you got, I mean, you know, we'll see what happens next year. But I think Cheryl Swoops was an idiot. She should know the bigger picture is you put your ego aside and help the league grow.
Now, I did hear a clip of Andrew Reese's podcast, but she was on there complaining about the pay and saying how because she's in Chicago and it's a high cost of living that, you know, if she had to depend on her pay only, you know, she'd be struggling. But, you know, of course she has the money from, you know, her endorsements and stuff that helps.
Well, listen,
that helps give her, you know,
if she would only be struggling, she's got to stay in an $8,000 a month place. You know, you live where you can afford, right? So she wants to live in a place that costs $8,000 a month. You know,
well, I think the point she's making is that, you know, the lowest paying guy in the NBA is not complaining like that, right?
Yeah, but you can't compare the WNBA to NBA. The NBA brings in like $10 billion or more. The WNBA loses money every year. You know, so, I mean, these comparisons and everybody, it's just a simple economics. You can't play those women because they're not even bringing in the revenue.
Yeah. And I don't think she wasn't saying that, but she was just, I don't think she was. Yeah.
She's living beyond her means, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about her.
Well, she said, I'm living beyond my means. She didn't even know what her numbers are. So did you see any of this?
Oh, yeah. She just said, I thought she was joking when she said that, but yeah, okay.
Well, anyway, so I'm not going to play this one because I got a better clip later on. But, you know, so this is the kind of stuff that she's doing to supplement her income. This is good stuff, right? What she still needs to do is work on her game. But in the meantime, this is how she makes money. Because her podcast, I mean, it's a big get to get Shaq on your podcast. Mm-hmm. I mean, he looks at her like the little sister, you know. But,
they get the LSU connection, yeah.
Exactly. So it's a pretty big thing to get Shaq to come on and relax for a little while. But there's the little controversy. We'll come back to that and some slides down. Shaq is crazy, you know. Shoot, anyway. All right, so that's my man.
Wow. The head coach of the Indiana Fever, Christine Tsai, gone. She gone. Fired. I thought.
Was she fired?
I went from a horrible team to a
I know that.
playoff exciting team, a fun team. Kaitlyn Clark acted petulant. Tsai wasn't afraid to step up and coach her a little bit, but I'm not there every day. But I was surprised. A lot of interest in this job, as you can well imagine. If I'm the Indiana Fever, I got to think about two people. Stephanie White is somebody that played and is a legend in the great state of Indiana. And then the great Kurt Miller, who has coached teams left and right part of the Olympic team. A great coach, just let go in Los Angeles. He's been in Indiana, was a head coach of the Hoosiers for a little bit. But this was surprising to me. Now, I wonder this. If, in fact, we do the same with the WNBA that we do with the NBA, must we discuss Kaitlyn Clark's influence on this? Must we? Wow.
What do you think? Shit. You think Kaitlyn Clark has something to do? You know, they bumped heads. Her and the coach bumped heads.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I didn't even know when was she fired? Because I didn't know.
Just week.
Yeah, because I've been watching NBA Today on ESPN, and I don't think if they mentioned that, I missed it.
Well, let me ask you a question: how much WNBA stuff are they talking about these days?
A lot. I mean, they've been covering the WNBA pretty closely.
But not after the season is over. But
this season, and they have like Janae and also Malika Andrews up there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but the WNBA season's over, right? So,
yeah.
so if maybe this news came after that podcast you looked at, I mean, after the show, because they probably would have mentioned it, right? Because this is like new. I mean, this is his first. I think this is like breaking news, like yesterday.
Yeah, but I didn't see it on Get Up or nothing. I didn't see it on First Take or nothing. But okay.
Yeah, but did they talk about any other WNBA stuff?
I'm saying, but I'm saying something like this, because it's Kaitlyn Clark, and
what I'm saying is either it came after those shows were off. They maybe came after those shows are off, because I think if it would have happened, they would have at least mentioned it.
Yeah. I'm surprised why it wasn't mentioned, because that's why I'm asking.
Maybe it didn't happen yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so
maybe it didn't. Maybe those shows were out off the air when it happened. I think this is recent news. This guy comes on late in the day, I believe.
Okay, so maybe this happened today then.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right.
So what I'm saying is that, but his last question is, do you think Kaitlyn Clark had anything to do with it? And you have to question that, because I know in the early days they bumped heads.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do anything. I mean, they had a great season.
I mean, they do say that normally the star players are at least. I mean, they don't say the star players, have the say, or make the decision, but they're informed of what's going on.
They have input.
Yeah, they have inputs, and they're informed of what's going on. So I'm guessing that that maybe the management went to her and let her know, hey, we're going to fire the coach. Just letting you know.
What do you think? What do you think, Caitlyn? You get rid of the bitch,
Yeah. Cool.
No, man. It's still weird, because I think it's I don't know, man. But I'm not behind the scenes like nobody, like my man said. But their whole team turned around. I think it's a mistake to let somebody go without them a chance to see if they can go to the next step.
Yeah, because they did make the playoffs. I mean, they didn't go far, but they made it.
That's right. Oh, lady trying to poke Caitlyn's eye out. Anyway,
get out of here.
Oh, she tried to poke her eye out.
No, she didn't. Whatever, man. Come on, man. Whatever. No, she did not, man.
Okay, she did not. And we see two different things, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The lighter side of the WNBA. Okay, so she's.
Do you mind signing this for us real quick?
Sign? Yeah. Oh.
They said they don't like those old pictures.
Okay. Thanks for that.
You just
Oh wow! Wow! Yeah.
I think that's Skylar Diggins, right? So Lord, she said.
It had to be the guy in the picture. It had to be the guy in the picture, right? You know,
No.
what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's him. It was just.
No, I'm saying. I think that's why she tore it up.
Wait, just.
If you go back to her thing, it was she was with some guy. I think maybe it was that's why.
You think it's this guy right here?
No. The guy in the. When you go to that, okay, keep on going. Let it go to the. Okay, past this one.
The guy in the picture was an old boyfriend.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's why she tore it up.
Yeah,
because of the old. Okay, yeah, okay.
Of course, she said, "Hell with that," you know.
Yeah. I'm
bringing back memories. That she ripped that shit up real fast. That's terrible.
Yeah,
it was funny, you know. Anyway, nothing in the big three. You watching the games, baseball?
Yeah, I'm watching. I mean, I saw this one last night, and they're playing tonight.
Hey man, so this could be the Yankees' swan song tonight.
Yeah.
The Yankees finally clinched a win over the LA
Dodgers. Look at this shit. Look at this. They're trying to take his gloves, everything. This other guy.
It's only in baseball, man. Come on, it's only in baseball.
But the other guy grabbed his arm like he said, you know.
He goes to catch a ball.
You know,
here's the fans, but the fans.
You know, and it's not a home run ball. It's an out.
Yeah, but that's not the point. They're trying to take you with a souvenir. They try to take his glove.
I'm saying, not that they would make it right, but if it was like a home run ball, maybe. But why are you fighting for? Anyway, whatever.
It's still a souvenir, Trey.
Okay.
Man, it's a World Series ball.
Okay.
I mean, they're gonna break my man's wrist. Look at this. Look at the other guy.
Yeah, they got banned, by the way.
Oh. I mean, wait a minute. I'm looking at the guy. First of all, he's trying to open the guy's glove to get the ball, and the other guy grabs his wrist, man, and the dude's like dangling. Off his, you know, because he just, you know, I said, holy shit. You know, so they had to throw those guys out, man. You know what? How many beers did they have? They was like, hell with it, man. If he breaks, if he dies, he dies. Man, the fans are crazy. All right, so that the Dodgers up. So you said they play tonight?
Yeah.
Now, are they in New York or are they in LA?
Let's see.
Is it 2-3-2?
I don't know, because they have to be in New York because
that's right.
Because they were in New York last night, so they're playing tonight. I'm sure they didn't travel all the way to LA and playing the same day.
Of course not. So then it's 2-3. Then it's 2-3-2.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Right. So I had to check that because if they, and that makes sense too. Especially like So, but this a must. Like I said, of course, every game the Yankees play is a must win. Yeah. So they came on strong at the end. Well, maybe they used up all their runs, right? 11 runs. You hate to win by that many, man. All my runs. I need some for the next game. That's just crazy, but still. All right, listen. Ocho Cinco. He lost his girlfriend. You know about that, right?
She admitted.
Yeah.
Friends by surprise, and she said, "I cheated on my ex-husband with Chad. I wouldn't say cheat because I mentally checked out. I was done."
You cheated.
She shared how she formed an emotional attachment to Chad Ocho Cinco even before things got physical.
Okay.
So here's the deal, right? I don't know the whole deal, but they got engaged in 2023.
Right.
But Chad also, but this chick, man, has a past, right? She cheated on her boyfriend with Chad. Everybody knows, and I'll play the next one. And I think Chad Ocho Cinco was, why would you have like almost 2-year engagement? Because you really didn't want to marry her. But he gave her a baby. Again, a lot of rich men want their kids a la carte. They don't want the entree. He might have thought he wanted the entree, but the entree, once you say I do and they marry you, then everything you work for is up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? You could pay child support without doing that. So rich men, man, I think in America it'd be stupid to get married. So here's Chad Ocho Cinco talking to
you break up with somebody. Is there a time limit in which you can go public with another person?
No, I don't think there's a time limit, but I think
you need to grovel. I need to know you hurt. If you right away, you ain't love me anyway.
The thing about love is she moves on right away. She was already talking to that individual, planting that seed while y'all were still together.
You think so, Ocho?
That's why the transition and moving on was so easy. Because she, for one, she was already mentally checked out anyway.
Ooh, Lord. My grandpa used to say, boy, if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you. Don't let that go over y'all head, Chad.
I've said it before myself. Whatever they want to do with you when they're not yours, they will do to you when they belong to you. The cycle will continue to repeat itself over and over and over and over.
Do you think he's talking about her, or do you think this came before? Is this after that breakup? Do you think that this conversation?
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know when that part aired on the nightcap.
But it's still true though. What Chad Ocho said, because his girlfriend was based on the premise that she cheated with him on her husband.
I mean, I did see something where she said, ladies, Chad is a free man or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm really saying is, did he have this conversation with Shannon Sharp before they broke up, or is this?
No, I hear you, and I don't know, because I do watch Nightcap sometimes, but I don't catch. Sometimes I don't catch all the entire show.
Come on late, man. Shit, the Nightcap comes on pretty late sometimes.
Yeah, but you can watch it on replay, or whatever, whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, man. See, I always thought she was a little bit. When I used to watch, the Nightcap, I always thought she was a little bit too arrogant for my taste, too bossy, disrespectful.
I thought they made a good couple. They joke around a lot. She'd be on there sometimes, and they'd be joking around and stuff. I thought,
but she was kind of intrusive, in men's talk. Anyway, what I'm saying is, this is his second Rosado. He better stay away from women with the name Rosado. Did he have a?
Oh, you mean oh yeah, that's right.
Evelyn, whatever her name.
Evelyn, was it Rosado, or was it? No, it wasn't Rosado. Was it?
Close enough, right? Close enough, man.
It wasn't Rosado.
So anyway, again, it wasn't. But the point I'm trying to say is that little Hispanic thing. Did he give her a baby too?
Evelyn, no. She already had a she already had a daughter. She already had kids. But no. What happened is that when Evelyn left of him, she went to that baseball player and had a baby by him.
Yes, that's right.
I think it was Crawford. I think Carl Crawford, something like
that. Yeah. These guys are such idiots, man. And he married her too, I believe. You guys are such idiots.
The leg lock is undefeated.
You don't have to marry him for that, though, man. You don't. You really don't.
I know. Who's joking?
Yeah, I know. All right, so here's this thing, man. We're coming down to the male athletes are starting to say, get the hell out of my locker room. They're starting to get pissed, man. They're walking around, and a couple of times they're getting filmed. They're still butt naked. The chicks out there looking at their dicks and stuff.
The NFL locker room, the scene of some of the highest highs, athletes euphoric, even some of the lowest lows. A tough defeat.
Yes, this loss is on me.
Sometimes it's inspirational words from the coach.
It's a hell of a win.
For players, reporters, and fans, there's nothing like being there. in the thick of those post-game moments. But now some NFL players are calling timeout, saying it's time to kick the cameras out of locker rooms.
What we're trying to do is just move that from the locker room just to right outside the locker room to, protect players' privacy, protect the locker room.
Many around the league joining the debate, like former wide receiver and two-time Super Bowl champion Torrey Smith, who posted on X, "If only y'all knew how awkward some of the male reporters act. Straight meat watchers."
Oh,
NFL MVP.
oh man.
Talking about his experience on his podcast, 4th and 1.
And it was very intrusive. It was sometimes extremely uncomfortable.
Even the Kelsey brothers getting into it on their podcast, New Heights.
It was a little weird that people were in there. I don't mind. I never minded it.
Why? They say it all comes down to privacy and dignity.
Why is any of this issue even out in the public?
Oh, well, we've had some instances where guys have been naked. It's been sent unchecked, unedited. We've had hot mics where things have been captured that were never meant to be captured. Just in terms of it being a professional engagement, I didn't show up here today with just a towel on, nor did you.
Right.
And so I think that's the same sort of level of respect our guys are looking for.
And there have been some moments that may prove that very point. Interviews where the cameras do capture more than just...
Come on.
Hey, man, look at what's going on.
An NFL representative told ABC News NFL employees were terminated over this incident. But some reporters are pushing back.
For any player to make a reference of being in a locker room seen as a meat market, it's disrespectful to all.
Yeah, you know what, man? The hell with you, man. Yeah.
Reporters that go in the locker room, they have a job to do. They want to talk about the game.
I would get this question all the time.
I mean, so much, right? Let me ask you, I'm stopping here. Why do they need to have you in the locker? Why can't they wait?
Exactly. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. There should be a time and place. There should be a time and place when the players are dressed, where they can do the questions and stuff, man. You don't need to be in the locker room when people walk around, come out of the showers and stuff. That makes no sense.
So here's the deal, right? So they're doing. Well, I remember this was going on, and the reporters said, we want to catch it when their emotions are raw, and we want to get them before they calm down. That's not no justification. So anyway, let's continue. I mean, and then the women said, well, if the men could come in there, I want to see their dicks too. Let me in. And, so I got a question on that later on. So anyway.
Why do you want to go in the locker room? And my answer was always, I don't want to go in the locker room. I have to go in the locker room. It is my workplace. So there's nothing glamorous or exciting about it.
The locker room ain't your workplace.
And earlier this month, when the NFL Players Association released a statement, writing in part, over the past 3 years, the NFLPA has tried to work with the NFL and Pro Football Writers of America to move the media interviews out of the locker room. The NFLPA urging the NFL to make immediate changes to the current media policy.
It's hard to describe the dynamic without sounding crazy, but in the middle of the locker room, you basically have upwards to 10 to 20 reporters just standing there. And then as you walk out from the shower, partially clothed, an interview ensues. And so if my locker is adjacent to yours, I can't get to my locker and I'm not dressed.
Lloyd Howell is the executive director of the NFLPA. He's representing the players in this fight. Currently, the NFL mandates players to make themselves available.
What'd you say?
No, I was going to say there was Bomani Jones standing behind that guy.
Yeah. So it's Bomani Jones's fault.
Practice.
I'm
just making a joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, there's a commercial shit.
Luckily, our wonderful antioxidants help defend against them. Real life, scary.
Yeah, you know what the players could do, and I know they want to do this, but if all the players decided, let's just walk around butt naked.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, that might force, No,
but you know what they could do? What they have to do is that when the next collective bargaining agreement comes up, they got to bring it up then. It has to be part of their deal.
Yeah,
with telling the owners that it's enough is enough. But we don't need to have them all over us for them to get their scoops. Put them on the outside. Give us a mandate. We can show up at the podiums and shit like that. They don't need to be in the locker rooms to get our initial feelings and all that shit. When's the last time you really saw an interview, right, with in the locker room right after? You know what I'm saying? No, nobody, even the fans don't care about that. I guess these guys are writers and they want to, get their raw feelings and then write about it. But the truth of the matter is nobody's doing shit like that no more. Nobody's reading newspapers. Nobody's doing none of that shit. So, I think it's outdated.
Right.
Anyway, so this is more of the same. It's really nothing else there. Marshawn Lynch, it is like I'm over here, so I won't get fined. So I got a couple of questions. This is the last chart. Well, I got one more, but this is it. Okay, why can't men go into the female locker rooms? Right? Men can't go into the female locker rooms. The WNBA or soccer teams, men are not allowed in there. Don't women right after a hot, heated game, don't you want to have their raw feelings afterwards? So the same justification on why men can't go into the females' locker room, men are just so dog shit stupid, because I would use that same justification to say they shouldn't be in, we shouldn't have them in our locker rooms. It's as simple as that. And it's not just,
I guess it first started out, back in the day, it was just men. Just male reporters.
Yeah, but they had an issue with that. They had an issue with that, but when it was just men, it was cool because it's just men.
Right.
And so
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying yeah. So it was more like a like a kind of like a locker room thing, just men anyway. So but then when women started becoming reporters also, they had to grant them access too, because they can't be they can't discriminate.
But actually, that's not true. It's not true. They can fucking discriminate, man.
Well, like the woman was saying that's her job. She has to have access to.
Dre, they can discriminate because men can't go in a woman's locker room. Men reporters can't go in a woman's locker room.
Well, can the females go in there too? Or no? Are there no reporters allowed at all?
No. The females can go in there, but men can't go into the female locker rooms. So you can't use the excuse. So they do make the distinction for the women, but they say to men, fuck you. Right? So, and when it was one woman, that's one thing, but there's a whole bunch of women crawling around the locker room now. And so the point really is that the standard is not correct, right? Equality means equality. So I understand why men shouldn't go into a female's locker room. Because women are supposed to be more modest, but some men don't want women around when they're dressing. They don't want women to know what their junk looks like. Now, they have other places where you can put your clothes on first, and then come out, whatever, use your towel and stuff like that. But, some guys, so, and of course, it's the modesty factor with some guys. What stay in a lot, what you see in the locker room, does it always stay in there? For the most part, it's better, or else you'll lose all credibility. Right. But the truth of the matter is, I think if it's going to be equal, it should be equal. And even though I think it's kind of distressing, I wouldn't advocate for men going into a woman's locker room. I wouldn't. Right? So they should have the same amount of respect for men. I don't know why men always give up their rights, man, because we're men. That's bullshit, and I don't agree with that. Anyway, so that's just my take on it. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. I mean, men are men, so we're supposed to take it, I guess.
I'm saying that. No, I agree. I agree that they shouldn't be allowed in the locker room. I don't know. You said I disagree. What are you talking about?
No, so cool. So I mean, so what I'm saying is, it is what it is. But I think if they want to fix it, they got to wait for the next collective bargaining agreement. I think that's it. If it's still that big of an issue, but I think it is, because I can see the groundswell. Because I haven't heard this conversation in a long time, and now it's coming up again. So men are starting to say, why are we tolerating something we don't like? Right? And I think that's more and more athletes. It's not just football. They say some baseball, some basketball players are starting to say, man, you know what? I want to just go ahead and agonize in peace after I lose a game or, whatever. I don't want to be talking to nobody until I wind down. Anyway, so the next question, why aren't modern women fighting for the preservation of Title IX in mass, right? When I say, you know what Title IX is, right? Title IX is the right for women to play sports and collegiate sports, scholarships, and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I mean, I'm not familiar with the
it's 50 years old. It came out. It's a real short thing. It made equal rights for women to have access to athletics and scholarships in college, just like men did.
Right.
So if you had a football team, if you had a basketball team for men, you should have one for women. That's the genesis of other than track and field, which I think has always been ahead of its time. You know, when they started playing volleyball, lacrosse, not football, but basketball, they didn't have money and scholarships in college for women. So they told colleges, if you're going to have that kind of stuff for men, there should be a space just like that for women. And then that also included getting scholarships and things of that nature. So Title IX for women is the genesis of all the sports that we see and women excelling today is really due to Title IX. It freed them up. It gave them a whole new world. And the reason why it's under attack is because now they want men to be able to benefit from Title IX just because they put on a dress and play in women's sports. So it's under attack by the Biden and Harris administration or by liberals in general. So that's the reason. You know, there you go. Oh, you found it.
Yeah, I put it in the it's in the private chat.
So yes, I just
but I can't. I try to get to the. I saw the other chat. I can't. I can't get to the. I can't. Won't let me in. Oh, by the way, your boy's there.
Can you hear me? Wait a minute. I can't. Can you hear me? Trey Ferg, you said you were in the cloud. You just listening. You know, so I don't know if he wanted to come up. He's in the cloud, but I don't know if he can.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see his thing to click
anyway,
him in.
Yeah,
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I was saying for some reason it won't let me log into the chat for the comments. I don't know why, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's all right, man. You know, you should be able to if you you know, even if you don't do it, if you're looking at it from some other way, you should be able to see the comment section. You could just write in there. I probably would see it.
So I'm saying like when I see private, I'm in the StreamYard, I see the private chat and I see the comments. When I go to the comments, it says join the chat, but it won't let me join. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, we almost in. So anyway, so yeah, Title IX is a big deal. So it's being rewritten by executive order. And the fact is that that's not good, right? So it really needs to go through Congress and all that stuff to really be enacted. So there's a big battle going on. And so that's a political thing. We don't have to go down that road. So, but I'm so surprised that there's not more women out fighting for that. You know, they really disappoint me because I remember their aunts and their mothers fought like hell for that shit. And if that goes away, women are going to lose a big avenue of support if that goes away. Anyway, the next one, Shaq. Was Shaq inappropriate with the chick, with Angel Reese? I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play something for you to hear. And you can tell me, Dre, if he was inappropriate. If I can find it.
Just maybe a little bit so they could dunk more. Of course, Angel Reese was just totally against that and all of that. And I mean, I don't know why. If it's going to make the game exciting. Anyway, so he's going to also speak about her dunking, but it's an outfit she wore when she went on Wild 'N Out, and he's pointing something out about that. Let's go ahead and check that out.
And you don't strike this from the tape, Christian.
We ain't striking it.
Don't. I'm telling you, just lower like that to where it gives you ability to dunk. Bro, imagine you.
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show. You know how many t-shirts you're gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
The same shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro, I wouldn't buy that shirt, but I know my boy Christian and Alex will buy that shirt.
We got people responding about Shaq. Oh, Shaq is being creepy. Oh my God, why would he say something like that? I mean, he's pointing out what her butt and what she. I'll say, well, hold on. Let's really talk about this for a minute. What Shaq said is one thing, right? But let's really get to the main thing. How the problem I have with this wicked nation, yes, America is very wicked, is that you would say nothing about what she wore on Wild 'N Out. You won't say nothing about that. There's many outfits that she could have wore on national TV. You go on national TV dressed like this.
Yes,
and then if Shaq points out what you were wearing, but dunking the basketball, that will sell a lot of shirts. He's creepy. I'm trying to figure that part out. Wouldn't you say, if you don't go on national TV wearing something like that, where people can even say anything about you, well, you know good and well there's so many nice clothes out there that you could have wore to cover yourself up. I don't see how they allowed you on national TV like that. Personally, Angel, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't see how they.
All right, so we got his point, right? We got. So I'm telling you, you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree with this point, man. I think Shaq was just joking, but you're right. She had on those shorts. I mean, that outfit, whatever it is. So.
No, of course, Shaq was. Yeah, of course, he was joking, and that's another thing. Right? They have a relationship a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the standpoint, big brother, little sister, LSU, the whole thing. So yeah, it was a little bit racy, but Shaq took. I don't think Shaq cares, but he got a little bit of heat from the boo birds in the social media. Yeah. Oh, you're taking advantage of the young girl, and it's just she's not no young girl anymore. She's young, but she's out there in the streets. So, she knew where he was going, and she said, no, but the point really is he was just making a point, and she knows it. The reason why she wears those clothes is for attention.
Yeah.
And so my man Philip, this guy named is Philip something, Scott, I believe. He had a point, but again, when the ladies are faced with you telling them to their face, you're bringing this shit on yourself. They don't like that accountability. They just don't. Anyway, so what I try to do now is I try to come up with some questions, to talk about on the show. Something I had, and of course, there's some fights coming up. This is like really the last real slide, 12-round fight. The next fight is in November 9th. Mike Tyson, that fight's back on, by the way, on the 15th.
Oh, Tyson and Jake Paul? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Jake Paul. And then you have Davis and Roach. So that should be interesting because Davis, is a hard-hitting guy, so he hasn't fought in a while. And then, of course, Tyson and Fury's getting a rematch from losing that fight before. Fair use on this one. And that disclaimer that comes with all the videos. I'll probably spend some time after this and put all those links in my description box.
Right.
And of course, man, so that's the end. And I have one more thing that I'm adding to my repertoire is did I tell you that I got this AI generator that makes songs?
Yeah. Yeah. You played it last time, I think.
Was you here? I changed it. I got another one. I don't know if you heard this one. So anyway, this is my partner song, and to everybody who's out there on the swivel. So this one. That's the one I let take us out of here.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks.
Yeah. You played it last week. I heard.
We live for the thrill in this moment together. We're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite. Let's check.
Okay, what you got for the rest of the night, man?
Oh, watch the games, man. I'm going in tomorrow.
I hear you.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, man. I joined the men's choir at church.
Yeah, you told me that. That's cool. How's that going?
Okay, we sung last Sunday. It's okay. And we sing again on the end of the month. Your boy Cliff is on there, in there too.
Oh yeah, how's he doing, man?
He's doing good, man. He's enjoying retirement. You know, matter of fact, his wife preached last Sunday.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, because the main pastor wasn't there, so he preached. Yeah, good, man. She's good.
That's cool. That's good, man. Oh yeah, man. Griffin, he look in good shape too, son.
Oh yeah. You take care of yourself, man. Yep.
All right, man. So listen, man. So now, thanks for coming up, brother.
All right, man. I'll talk to you next time, man.
You got it, man. Right on.
All right, take care. Yeah.